start live streaming. Hello everybody, how you guys are doing? I hope everybody's doing great. I hope you guys are doing great, doing fine. Everything is beautiful with y'all. So yeah, just had to wait a little bit after market opened to set up the new thumbnail, and not only that, to also set up the wait, give me one sec guys. I'm gonna make the live streams better. I'm just trying to work on them. So I'm just gonna put this one right there. Yeah, I think right here will do it. So yeah, let me check if everything is going with the live stream good. That way we can start and go ahead and start. I haven't live streamed for a while now, but we can go on live stream right now. Let me go turn on the video again. Alright, let me see if everything's looking good, looking juicy, working fine. The audio is good, everything is good. Let me check. Let me see if everything's going good. Let me see if everything's good. So yeah, I think now everything is good. I have to have a little bit of voice up. Lower the voice a little bit. Now I think we might have that perfect balance, right? No, I still gotta turn up the voice. Tune it a little bit like this. Now I think it's gonna be good. Alright. Now we're back. I think everything now is working perfectly. I haven't live streamed for the past, I don't know, 5 days or something. But yeah, we can go ahead and start. Let me fix up the charts to the left. Alright. So, the watch list is still the same. Welcome everybody to the live stream. So yeah, let me go ahead and start the analysis real quick. So the monthly, this is the new monthly candle. So you might we don't have any data to work with. So this is still like the monthly candle. This one broke above. Also, September really closed above. So what do we have? We have a C2 from August, C3 from September. We might see the high of October gets taken out if we're gonna see a reversal. So this high might be the reversal point, or we might just reverse directly if we have some sort of SMT. So this is like the monthly. The monthly we don't really work with. The weekly, what are we doing? This wick is still holding. Price formed the bottom wick. We don't have any SMT with the weekly lows, right? Oh, we don't have any one with the weekly lows, so that's also good. Going to the daily, what do we have? Price shaded below previous daily low. Price shaded below Tuesday's low. And what do we have? We have Tuesday's high intact. And what do we have also? Also have Monday's high. So most likely, if this candle closes at C2, then that would be the Wednesday profile. Wednesday forms the low. Tuesday and Friday continues. I'm probably going to take out the high. So that's how it's going on with YM. Now going on daily. So we have a protected low so far because we traded below the lows. Let me see if we have some sort of SMT. We traded below Monday's low, and also that. I think that was the case too. Yep. ES. Yeah. So that was the case. We do have a strength switch right here from ES being the stronger, but like nonetheless, because this was SMT that got broken right there, right? So now we're gonna go to the 4-hour and see what profile we do have. So previous daily high just got taken out. Monday's high is still intact, and it's also a PSP. So let me just turn off the indicator because that looks quite bad. So now we're good to go. All right. So the 2 a.m. candle closed nearly as a C2. It's a reversal candle, but like 6 a.m. really expanded higher and really just stripped higher. So again, what do we say? And something like on Garrett's tweets, if you go on his Twitter, you'll see that when it's talking about the leading asset and also the lagging asset, the leading asset most likely will expand during 6 a.m. and the lagging asset will not expand. So in that case, let me see which one is the lagging asset. I would say NQ is the lagging asset, so YM is the strongest. ES is the mid asset, because if you really check comparing to what ES is at, it kind of traded to the low of the daily open, like to the wick of the 6 p.m. candle, but on NQ we still haven't managed to get there, right? So what do we have? We have this candle, and then the 6 a.m. is closing as C3, right? So yep. So if I want to go long, also NQ would do it. NQ would be good, and also YM, but YM is like really close to the high and really close also to that failure swing. So if we really check the high of that candle, let me check. The high of that candle is 786. The high of that candle is 788. So yeah, we do have some failure swings right there. So we gotta bear with that too. So yep. So instead of putting in the high, I will just put it right here. So what do I want to see on YM to take longs? I want to see a new 30-minute or hourly swing to be formed that would see this is a failure to manipulate that high, and then we would drive to the next high. As easy as this. Simple analysis. You don't have to complicate it, guys. All right. But let's see if we have any SMTs. So price traded below Friday's 10 a.m. but did respect Friday 6 a.m. So let's see on ES 6 a.m. is like all the way right here. So what do we have? We have an SMT with that level right there. So we do have SMT right here on ES. Also, this is a strength switch on NQ. This traded lower and now it's trading higher. So from being the weaker asset to now also catching up a little bit. So yeah, this is the Friday's 10 a.m. If you really check on YM, Friday's 10 a.m. It really got swept right here, and then it reversed price. So I love the fact that we have a strength switch. We don't have a PSP yet. Let me check if we have a PSP. We don't. So yeah, that's it for YM. Let me go to the hourly, see what's going on. This was a C3. This was C3, C4. So this candle is really not tradable. Some people will be looking to take longs right here. That would be really untradable. So yeah. ES. What do we have? We have an SMT lower. Let me see if we have any sort of PSPs. We have only that PSP. Alright. NQ. Same thing, same story. But look at the distance between the high and this high. The distance is there. So you really got to keep that in mind. YM, they trade above the high. Now we have the next significant high, the next relevant high. Let me see how many points away. It's like around 68 points. So let me take this off. Let me turn off the indicator. All right, so at that point, the 4 hours closing C3. We still have open objectives. Let me make that the 6 a.m. Also ES, that's the 6 a.m. candle. Let me take that off because it makes the chart a little bit noisy. All right, 6 a.m. But keep in mind, this high swept the previous high, so we really have to pay attention with that level, because as I always tell y'all, when we have a high and the high gets swept, then I'm not really gonna target the high, but more of this high. So that's how I would go about it. Looking on the hourly, so yeah, that would be more of like a waiting game today. This is the current daily high, not the current daily high. This is the current daily high. We have SMGs with YM, and again, some sort of strength switch, because why? ES showed strength here, but now it's turning into the weaker asset. Now it's closing as C2. So we should really pay attention to that and really have to keep that in mind. All right. So we do have some sort of strength switch here. Let me see if we have PSP. Yep, we're trading above the PSP. Now price is shifting bearish. That's gonna be an interesting day. That's gonna be an interesting day actually. This week is gonna be a troublemaker. The open of the 6 a.m. is right here. The open is right here. No, they're right here. So if we're really close below, that would be a bearish C2. That would support expansion into the current daily low. So that's why I tell you guys, you don't have to marry your bias. Now what do we have? YM traded into an open objective. ES is struggling to get to the high and probably might close at C2. So now it's either a C2, C3, a bullish C3 or a bearish C2. If it's a bearish C2, I can directly trade it without waiting for a new swing high to form, because I will still have open objectives. And the 4 hour and the 30 minute will be aligned. NQ, same case. Now we're seeing the failure. We might see the failure. If we close below that level, that would be a beautiful, beautiful short. Now going to CL. This was a crazy trade. Never mind, guys. Let me just close. Let me take off all these trades. I don't have to do with them anymore. I don't need them. Let me take out the drawings. What do we have? Like really, everything on this, all liquidity below that level. There's nothing really left for price to take other than this level. Just like the distance is there. HO. Let me take that off. I think NSC is. I think RB, anything oil related is not gonna be the one for today. GC also same. I think it's not gonna be a good trading. It's not gonna be a good day trading GC because I haven't touched gold for like a while now. We've seen the failure to manipulate. Now we formed like a C2. So here probably could have been a beautiful trade. Yeah, that could have been like a beautiful trade. After that swing formed, we also took out the high. So now we could trade it back into this. We could trade into the high, and that could have been like a really clean entry, which is the failure to manipulate into a high. But I don't think that would have given us 2R. We would have to squeeze it a little bit like 2R. What time is it? Like 3 a.m. in the morning, so it's not really ideal for me. CL, looking back in the hourly, like silver. I think I'm more interested in NDCs today. Yeah, I'm more interested in NDCs. I really want to see NDCs play out today. So let me open up my MetaTrader. I'm not really sure which one is my. Why does it sound this way? So it's not this one. No, it's not this one. Give me 1 sec. So, yep. Now we just gotta wait for that 4-hour candle to open, and then we can profile that next 4-hour candle to see our price wants to trade. So yeah. Now it's more of a waiting game for me. For you guys should be too. CL on that time. Let me see what CL is doing. CL is just trading lower. This candle, the 6 a.m. candle, provide like a really good trade. Why? Because you could see it this way, or you could see it this way. You could, if you see it this way, it would say, okay, price should below that level. We still have another level. So if price is gonna reverse off of that low, then price should just continue higher. But what do? Price just closed in there. From the 30-minute fractal took us a pullback. Then we formed a new swing. Then price expanded lower. So from this candle, it could be looking for shorts. If we really check what's going on that high, what do we have? A changing state. That was formed off of. If you're like looking at an M5, let's see if there's anything beautiful. There is that beautiful sell to buy to sell, break. Where am I gonna put my stop? Just above this high, or just at the body, or at the high. And you could target this level, and that could have been like a really beautiful trade. Another trade that could have been taken is this, and I would have most likely taken that trade if I was on a chart. Is this fair value gap getting taken out, and also taking out this high. Looking on an M5, if we have like a clean opposing candle, that's like more of a clean opposing candle than the M3. But if I want to be really aggressive, you could just take that one away for the retest, or just take based on the new invalidation point. But for me, I would have taken it on the M5. It just looks a lot cleaner. I know to trade it this one. Let me see if there's any PSPs. And yes, there is a PSP. So what do? When we have a PSP, most likely price is going to trade back into the wick, which it literally gave the wick. So you could have taken this one. So at that point, I'm not going to put my stop loss at the bodies. I'm going to put it at the high, and then I'm going to keep my TP not that low, either that next failure swing or that extreme low. And that could have been a really clean 3R trade. That could have been a really clean 3R trade. Or if you're like really greedy, could have taken it this way, but I'm not really going to hold it right here. In that case, I'm just going to take it out right here because it's a 7R trade. So yeah, these are PSPs. You really know. I'm just trying to find a way to trade the PSPs in themselves. Not trade them as an entry criteria, but just like based off my entry. Like to refine my entries more. Like should I just look for the retest of the whole range, or look for the retest on the PSP? this is something I'm paying attention to. So as we see on CL, the wick of the PSP was the trade right here. Also, I think, yeah, it did not give anything right here on an M3. Yeah, it wasn't. There wasn't a really. But you could have said like this. The PSP kind of got retested, like the M5 PSP, which was like right here, got retested. But yeah, you really want to see like a C2, and that C2 is a PSP aligned with your direction. Then most likely price is gonna trade to it, because this wasn't a C2. This was a C2, and then that confirmed that was again a C2. So, and when we have like a fat wick like this, that really shows the sweep. And I remember there was an example on YM. Let me see. I also took that trade live on stream. It was, I think, previous Wednesday. Let me check. Yup, literally at that range. And if you guys check out the live stream, Wednesday's live stream, 24th September, I took that trade after the sweep with that high, and also that changing state. I was gonna put my stop at the body, but then when I turned on my indicator, it was a PSP, so I had to move my stop all the way right there. And what we had, the PSP's wick got retested, so you could have taken it something like this. My objective was this low, I guess. Yep, it was something in here. It was probably this low. So yeah, that could have been like a 3R trade, which was beautiful. But I closed my trade after the failure to break below these levels. I closed my trade. Price came back all the way and retested the PSP like for the third time, first, second, third. You could see this also as a retest, like the fourth time, and then price dumped. So yeah, that's something just to show you guys the context. I'm putting it right there. All right, now back to our trade. Oh, price is showing strength now. Price is showing some sort of strength. All right, price wants to continue higher. So what do? We go with the flow. Never try to go opposed to what the daily is selling you. So what do we have? Let's put in the confirmations, guys. Let's put in the confirmations, and let's build a story based off the current price action. So what do we have? Current daily low swept the previous daily low, and also we have an SMT with Friday's low, and 4 hour 6 a.m. candle is closing a C3. We have open objectives. The hourly is closing my close bullish. The 30-minute my close bullish. So why should I be looking for shorts when we have everything saying go bullish? And I'm also aligned with the daily candle. So if I turn on my indicator right here, we're not really aligned with the daily candle, to be honest. Yeah, we're not aligned with the daily candle, but let me see if other pairs are aligned. ES, YM. None of them are aligned like the daily candle. So, yep, let's see what's gonna happen. But the problem is, if you really want to take a long, you'll have to wait for this level to get taken out. And by the time price kind of trades all the way up here, yeah, we're just like so near these levels. So I might just wait for that extreme. I love this extreme level. It looks cleaner. Let me check on the M30. Yup, that's more of like a swing. Hourly, there's nothing, but again, keep in mind this is the daily open, so I might just trade back into the daily open, because why? We have like such a fat wick, and this day doesn't support expansion. So yeah, let's see if we're gonna turn bearish or. And give me guys 1 sec. I'm gonna be back. 3 minutes and I'm gonna be back. Alright, I'm back. So we're back. Let me put in some Spotify. How's music? Nope, 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 nope. Alright, what do we have? This might be. This might be the continuation signature, guys, I think. Looking on the hourly, we have a C2. On an M5, we have an inversion. On a 3 minute, that also confirms the change in state. But what do we have here? I have kind of the high gets taken out, so I really need more data to work with. Let me take off the indicator. So yeah, I just kind of need more data to work with. YM, I think YM is more interesting. Yeah. 48. Yeah, that might be a reversal point, guys. We might take a trade like this. That's the problem. The opening price is right here. You can take it like a 1 to 2 right there. But again, it's not really the cleanest currently. Let me see the 4 hour. Let me redo the analysis. Take off the daily open. So what do we have? A bullish candle. A bullish C2. 30 minute. This is a bullish candle. 10 a.m. This is the 10 a.m. candle. 3 minute. Yeah, that's the only issue, guys. Is that I cannot trust this level. I really need to say the high gets taken out. And by the time price kind of takes out the high, yeah, it will be kind of too late. ES. And the problem is we don't have Venus or SMTs. If we just had like a level traded below to form like an SMT, that would confirm this change in state to go higher. But unfortunately we don't. So I'll just have to wait for now. Let me see what's going on with oil. Let me see what's going on with oil. Nothing really. HO. I think HO might present a trade. I think it might present a trade. We might see a trade. We might see a reversal off of that candle's low. The 6 a.m. level, the 6 a.m. candle to kind of rebalance these highs. Trade back into these highs. Hourly, it closed bearish. 30 minutes is closing bullish. So it's kind of risky to go for buys right now. Yes, there's nothing really to work with, but I really want to see this low get taken out for some sort of SMT and then for like an hourly swing. That would be beautiful. So that's like my only take from that one. So YM, I'm still waiting. Like NQ, it can still respect this opposing candle, but I just really want to see like more BA. Looking on the hourly, just look at that candle. It's just like indecisive candle, right? Looking on M5, if you really want to confirm the change in state, it's all the way up here. And by the time we kind of break above, yeah, you could still take it, but you'll have to really go for the Monday's high to be able to get like 2R. Like you could go for 2R, like right here, just above yesterday's high. So yeah, that's really it. GC on a 30 minute. Let's see what's going on GC, guys. Let's see. Yeah, it's just a range. But let me see. Gold GPP, we do have a C3. GC, we don't have nothing really. It's just ranging. Gold Euro, we have a C2. So yeah, this can be seen as C2. We have an SMT right there. So you can trade. We can trade them to these lows. I think. Let me see. We have an hourly closure. What do we have? An hourly closure, but what do I want to see now? If we really form a C3, now that would be beautiful. If we form a C3 here, I would be trading gold into current daily low. We have a delayed protraction profile right here, or at least to that low. Like, if price kind of closes here, it gives me a shallow pullback, I would trade it to kind of take out this level. That's like the only way I could trade gold. Silver. Silver, silver, silver. Silver. Is it also at all-time highs? Not really, but close. Let me go on a 4 hour. So on a 4 hour, we have a failure to manipulate, probably, a failure to manipulate, and then looking on 30 minute. That's a C3, C4. So if you want to really trade that failure to manipulate, now we're trading a C5, which is not ideal. Looking on hourly, this is a C2, this is C3. So now we could trade that candle into the current I just found on the monthly. So looking on an M5, let me see if there's anything. We do have a good signature in price, to be honest. We do have a good signature in price. If this confirms higher, then that can be a trade, and I can put the stops just near the bodies or near the current candle's low. So this is also something. So this might be a trade. So we might see something like this. So just to keep the highlighted for gold, I really want to see shorts. I really want them to be oppositely correlated. So I want to wait for like a 30-minute candle to close, and then I will be looking for shorts. YM, ES, and Q again. They will push higher. So you guys see, we highlighted this earlier. The price might just want to trade from here to that next relevant high. That would give us 2R. But again, it wasn't formed off of any PD array, none like this. So we only saw the fact that a bearish PD array got flipped, but no bullish PD arrays. Maybe on a 1 minute we can go to the 1 minute C. Yeah, this fair value gap, kind of we have another inversion. Fair value gap also held break. So now, like at that point, you could still take that one and stops right here, because that's the invalidation point. But I don't really depend on an M1. I just depend on the M5 and M3. So yeah, if it goes to the high, that's good. And for the people that take it, like, good for them, good for you guys. All right. Yes. So yeah, CL, there's nothing, so I'm just gonna put an alert here on HO. See if I have any alerts. I don't. Alright. RB. So yeah, let's just watch NQ, see how it does. Let me see the PSP that we have. We do have a PSP. So this way, it's kind of that rejection block. Yeah, I think price is gonna be trading higher now. So yeah, I think price is gonna take out the high, which is good. Alright. That's good. Let's see. That would give me the confidence that price really wants to trade higher. I really need that level to keep taking out. And then we can be looking on lower time frame to see. Yeah, I really want to see this candle getting swept. Probably forming some sort of SMT right here. Then another break. That would be my entry. But for that one, it's like too risky for me. So I'm not really going to be involved in that one. Because there's really no story. I want to see a story. Just look at this, for example. We're seeing a bearish inversion. But what do we see? The bearish gap is holding. This is just an example. So now we see another CSD. Another invalidation point. Getting respected, another break. But now, what do we see? We see the flip and order flow. We're seeing the bearish gap. That was the invalidation level. Now it gets taken out. What do we form? A new gap gets respected, changes state, respected, changes state, respected. Intra-candle, respected, Now we do have the inversion. This is getting respected, but we did not really close below. We did close below. The next open objective is the current low. It did get taken out. So we really want to build a story from price. But just seeing like a CISD or like an inversion, it's not really enough for me. Yeah, we did have the inversion. We did have the inversion like right here. This is like an extra confluence that you could take. You kind of pressure above it, retested it. Still, the candle, the wicks closed below. Let me go to the highlighter. The wicks closed back into the range, closed back into the inversion. Now we do have the changing state. Now I could build a story now. I really want to see a new level formed off of this opposing candle or the sweep, and I would really prefer the sweep because seeing first low, second low, third low, I don't really want to be trading away from like the fourth low, and this is something I've noticed, and we can just go ahead and check it out. Like, let me go and see an expansion. Like, yeah, check guys. So we have the first low, second low, third low, and the fourth low got swept, and then we saw the real expansion. So I really want to be positioned within like the first, like ideally the second or third, because the first you can never. I really want to wait for that change of state. So ideally the second, if not the third, can do it. But like the fourth most likely is gonna get swept. Again, this is just an observation and it's not a fact. This is just personal preference and the things that work for me. Okay. So let's just see if price is gonna continue higher. So this is what I'm thinking. Price is gonna get there. YM is going slower. Why? For ES and NQ to catch up, because on YM price already traded beyond the high. So now we can anticipate that YM is gonna go to that next level, while NQ and ES are just gonna get to the high. CL, nothing's going on. HO, nothing. So I might have to wait for like a new 30-minute candle to close. 30-minute. Silver still haven't done it. Let me see if this one is about to break. It fell to close above, so that shows like the failure to manipulate. This currency index is good. I've been looking at it. Some really good trades in there. This was a really clean trade. This was a really clean trade. That's a really clean trade, guys. Let me see if there was a trade right there. Yeah, there was like a beautiful trade here. That's a beautiful, beautiful trade. That's actually a beautiful trade. Yeah. As you guys can see, this is the first low, second low. So I'm trading away from the second. Third, the fourth got swept before the move. Like, I don't know if that's a good observation or not, but yeah, it really does play out. Let's see here. First, second, third, fourth. But fourth, like price kind of made equal lows and then price continued. But like see if there was a sweep before. So yeah, we can go and take a look at it. Like, let's just check on this pair. So what do we have? This is, where is it? First high. I would not see this high. Second, you could see this third or not, or you could see this is third. But yeah, the fourth, and you got swept, change state. 1, 1, 2, 3. Where is the fourth? The fourth swept, but never caused the changing state. It got swept again, the changing state. Now this is the new protected level. So that's how we want to go about price. You really want to be positioned in an area that really gives you the best chance for winning. All right, so we're seeing the trade playing out, all taken live, all called out live from the bottom, from the beginning to the closure. So yeah. So let's see the narrative behind the trade. Profile, the daily, traded below the previous daily low. We have an SMT, and also we have a strength switch from the weaker to stronger. So we have strong strength switch, even though the current price action is showing weakness compared to YM, but still 4 hour bullish C2 open objective, the current high, and also the current daily high, which is the 1800 candle. We have the daily open right here. Now the candle is aligned. Hourly, it closes C2. On M5, you'll have to wait all the way right here to take a trade. So we just had to go on M3, wait for that intra candle changing state, and wait for the retest. Stops at the bodies or stops at the open of the candle. And yeah, that was the trade. That was the trade for us today. So let me see if price is gonna hit RTP or not. And we can be done by the day of just like half an hour, and within half an hour. So ES is really catching up. Also YM is really catching up. CL also trading higher. HO, RB. Oh, HO is really trading higher. me look on the 30 minute. Oh, so it did kind of respect it. That was I would say not a bad trade, but still. RB. Alright, so the trade ended up playing out just as it was expected. So yeah, that was a really clean move for everybody that took it. Congrats. And that was a clean 2.2 R trade. And yeah, that's something to note. Also, take note of this. And oh, I just paid attention that this was this was the PDA rate. So yeah, nonetheless, that was a beautiful, beautiful trade. 2.3 R, like you could extend it like this to make it 2.3. And yeah, this I've been called from the beginning, from the context, everything. So that was called out. And while you picked NQ, go on live stream, check it out. And yeah, that could have been also the trade. That could have been also a trade, like to kind of take it here to the high, or like keep your stop at the bodies. But let me see something. If NQ has EPSP, then yep. The story would be different now. Now we have EPSP at the open candle. So yeah, I think that could have been a different story right here. I would have probably extended like the stop to like here. And I would probably extend it. I think so. Would I have done that? Yes. Kind of shoot it below. Yup. I really need to. You know what? I'm gonna go to YM to that Wednesday trade, and I want to see if it was aligned with the. So that was at 10:21, and the opening price is like a 10, and it's just a little bit higher. It's not the same, but it's a little bit higher. Okay. In Q, I would have probably put my stop like something in here, guys. I'm still on the M1. What do we have? Yeah, that probably could have put my stop like this and just kind of go for that level. I'm not sure. Like the fact that I'm adding PSPs to the thing, it just kind of makes it a little bit. It just makes it a little bit. Too many things you have to pay attention to at once, which is not ideal. But yeah, that was the trade. CL is expanding higher. RB same. So yeah, we might get a trade also on these pairs, but I'll have to wait for like an hourly closure. That would be good. So the low is 9 a.m. But really, all of them we don't have any SMGs. Yeah, we don't have GC. Let me see what's going on with GC. 3-minute. Yeah, prices fell into close below. Silver prices fell into close above. So GC is fell into close lower, and silver is fell into close above. So yeah, YM. So that was kind of like what caused the BSP, right? It's just kind of that doji, right? This was a bullish candle. This was a bullish candle. I really want to see on YM what happened for that BSP to be, and then I would take note of it. If it's like a really opposed candle, then yeah, that I would be taking that into consideration. But if it's not, then that wouldn't really bother me. So going on this is HO. I'm gonna change it to NQ, and this I'm gonna change it to ES, and then I'm gonna pay attention to this. I'm gonna like, that's how you want to make lessons. You want to take note. You want to see how price is behaving. So on that case, this was like bullish. This was like heavily bearish, and this was clearly bearish. So that was like a clean PSP. But on our case, this was like more of a doji, which doesn't like signify anything. So in that case, we don't have to put stops in there. Okay, that's a new lesson. That's a new lesson. That's how we learn from price. Just price tells you the whole story. And probably now we're gonna go to that 6 a.m. to the 2 a.m. 4-hour candles high, and at that point, I think most likely price is gonna retrace to form like a level, a swing, 30-minute, and then expand higher. I think it's not a fact. Just opinion. And look at that 10 a.m. It's fucking beautiful. I think a lot of people will take that trade. I think Garrett will be posting this trade, this exact trade. Garrett would be posting this exact trade. CL, RB, GC. So yeah. Alright, we have fillers. We have SMT, ES showing strength, and Q showing further strength. So that's beautiful. That's the daily open, I guess. Yeah, that's the daily open. So we could have traded back to daily open, but since that was too close, and we still have like 8 hours of expansion because we still have 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. candles. So 2 p.m. we have just 3 hours and 2 p.m. because the market closes at 5 and opens at 6. So we still have 4 from here, 3 from here. So like 7 hours to expand. So most likely we're not gonna trade here and stay in there. Even though yesterday I was like PA was shit, but it still kind of gave like some sort of move. Yeah, he moved. So yeah, that was a trade for the day. That was a beautiful trade, and it's beautiful to be done just half an hour, because I trade from 10 a.m. I don't trade at 9:30. I don't trade it. I just basically start from 10. So by 10:30 you're done and you have like 2.3 hour in the back. So that's beautiful. Everything called out live. So you can guys go and check it out. YM is showing signs of weakness. It's showing signs of weakness. So from being strong to now being weaker. And I think that inversion is going to tell us a lot. If price kind of inverts that gap, again, I'm not trading inversion. This is just kind of building context, because YM was really strong at some point, and now it put it in a lower high. And if we inverse that, because that's the new invalidation point for me, because for price to retrace all the way here to then go higher, that doesn't support like an expansion candle, especially to 30 minutes. So if we really check on that 30-minute closure, we check the AQ. So what do? We take boom, boom, and then we want price to go from the open to the AQ. And what do we have if we really take that right here? So that gives us this area that I'm gonna highlight red, that both aligns with the T spot and also that. So if price either is gonna go from here, from this box that I just drew, go higher, Or if it kind of takes out that inversion and closes bearish, now not it only shows the inversion, but now it's also kind of disrespecting the AQ of the wick, which is going to be somewhere in here. So that's going to be kind of a red flag, and that might start causing prices to kind of trade lower. So yeah, we have an SMT. Let's see if that SMT is just a strap or it will do something. So that's the SMT right there. What's that blue box, by the way? What's that blue box? I don't even know what that blue box is. What is this? Take this off, man. I was like, what's going on? This is my chart, but I don't know what's going on it. It's crazy. Alright, so SMT, that's its job, that is its job. So this SMT got broken. It just caused the retracement. So now the next significant high is this, and the next one is this. Let me make some on the indicator style, visibility input. Fair value gap, volume imbalance. Trace, price, first time frame, last time frame. Not, yeah, I'm just gonna do dotted. Here I'm gonna do dashed. Just gonna do dotted, and then I'm gonna make it a little bit black. Press OK. No, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. So we can just make it a little bit like this. Alright, I think that's better. Yeah, that's better. So let me just take this off. Take this. Yeah, now it kind of looks better. Alright, now we can keep it like this. Alright, so let me see YM. What's going on with YM? Yeah, I see this. If we kind of have this inversion like a closer, like a clean close below, I think that might be an issue because this one is supposed to hold. And if we do break above this high, if we respect this fair value gap and price closes above this high and also that level, then price is going to go to that next high because that shows the failure to manipulate, and also that SMT, and also that SMT was just the catalyst for the pullback to go to the new invalidation level, which was in that case that fair value gap. Respect it, stop putting in a new high, SMT does the new invalidation level, break above, then we can, now there would be no problem to go in there. But if we inverse it, now that would be probably the catalyst for price to start trading lower. But again, let's wait and see. NQ already made its move. We picked the right asset, we picked NQ. And if you guys want to know why I picked NQ over the other assets, you can go ahead guys and check it out. And give me one sec guys. So yeah, let's see YM. Okay, it's respecting the gap, which is good. Which is a good sign. Let me search for, I think it should be this one. I don't think that's the one. This one? I'm just having too many MetaTrader 5 guys. It's just, let me see if it's this one. matching signature, but on YM it just looks a lot better. I think on YM it looks good. Let me play my music again. Yeah, I really wanted to see like an SMT with this candle. That would confirm the the low of the 10 a.m. But again, we're still ranging within the candle, so I cannot really trust it. I cannot frame a swing based off that one, so I really want to see either the high or the low gets taken out. Or since it's like also the problem is this was also like an inside bar, and this one is also ranging within that range, so probably like on the 3 minute that would be like a range. Not really, that's like a range, it's a new range. So overall we're seeing price trading lower, but yeah, I just want to see price kind of breaks out of that range. Let me see what happened here. C2, C3, so this is the C4. Let's see what the C4 did. Oh, that was no, it was not good. It's okay, this one is alright. This was an alright trade. Oh, silver did break above finally. So let's see if silver is gonna get to that high, okay? C3, that's the C4. But it needs to get there within the 20 minutes. So it's will adjust until here. Price needs to get to that high on that period. YM. Oh, YM is showing now weakness. Thank you. Same. Oh, also there. Have the fair to manipulate, but where are we gonna go to next? This low? Oh, price did get there already. Oh wow. What was the cause of that one? It's like some sort of Trump speech? I think like some sort of Trump speech. see. There's nothing really right now. Like we'll have to wait for at least 11 for a new fractal to be formed. Alright, nothing's really happening right there. Oh, and YM really failed that inversion. So this is how you could tell that we're gonna see a flip on overflow. So really checking right here, we have these failure swings. Nothing that will really hold price up other than this opposing candle, right? So if price forms that fair value gap, also respects it, I think that this level is gonna get taken out. Because you really should look at it this way. So when we're taking, this is the current low, this is the next relevant swing. So this high is gonna get protected until this one gets taken out. In that case, that's the level. So yep. So look guys, I'm gonna tell you something. So we're just traded above a high, and what do we see? We see that this wick is not really large, and it's also forming the 10 a.m. candles high. Do we have any sort of PSPs on the 30 minute? This is currently a PSP. No, it's not. So what do I want to see? I want to see some sort of strange switch. So we have the Tuesday. You know what? We're gonna go this way. We're gonna do it this way. Now we'll have to go to ES because that's the one where I have it. Going to YM. What do we have? Let's go to ES. This high has been taken out a while back. So we have an SMT right here. We have an SMT here. And we have SMT with this high. Why? Because check YM. YM fell to trade above, also fell to trade above. So now we have a strength switch. So yeah, if ES closes C2, it can give us the chance to trade lower. Because also it followed the reversal sequence, which is inversion, change in state. We just need it to close this way. You could take it. And also for the profiling, it will be the high that 4 hour. By now, you're kind of going against the 4 hour candle, also going against the daily. But there's this strength switch that would support the price at least going back into the AQ of that range, which is from this bottom to that top. I'm gonna go green. This is what I see the current daily range. Because this high, it's never been, this leg has really been balanced, never been balanced. Also that leg, so this leg needs to be rebalanced. So this is the level. Looking at the M15, the only level is the current 10, like the current 4 hour candles low. Looking on the 1 minute, this is a risky move, but it might do the job now. Because it also traded above these highs. If we have like a CST right here, let me take off the indicator. Let's use the projections too. We can go to the -2, -2.5, which are just around the AQ. So yeah, let's see if that 30-minute closes bullish. Closes bearish. If not, and price ends up closing above this opposing candle, then 100%, not 100%, there's nothing 100%. Because if it was under 100%, I would risk my whole account on it. But if we end up going higher, that would be a beautiful 2-hour trade. Oh, we're seeing bearishness coming in. So this is the reversal sequence, and also just having a story from PI. Inversion, changing state. If we have an inversion of a bullish gap, and also changing state, it shows bearishness, but what do we need to see? A bearish PDA ratio showing that it's holding. What do we have right here? Bearish gap. What do we have? Intercandle changing state. What does that mean? You guys say it. So, and strength switch. So yeah. All right, it's flipping. We have first. So now I will be interested in indices in oil. RB, we do have a really fat SMT right here. CL, I think, yeah, oil looks the cleanest. Why? Because then it kind of traded to that extreme, respected it, closed back into the range from the SMT. So yeah, it's just so beautiful. So yep, that's the hourly candle. That's the 10 a.m. candle open. That would be a good 10 a.m. open. I'm not really sure why it's not showing why it's not. And the high, the 6 a.m. is right here. So we can have this 10 a.m. This started or gray. So yeah, and the daily open is all the way up here. So we could still trade back into the daily open, which is beautiful. So yeah. What? Oh, look at silver. Look at silver. Damn. Beautiful. Let's see what ES is gonna do. Can put the stop right here. Target this high. All right, let's see if that trade presents itself, I'm gonna take it. That would be the failure to manipulate for me. And I think we also have 1030 ES. Yeah, we have an SMT right here. We have this SMT. Let me see if we have a PSP. We don't. Alright. I'm gonna have my trade like this. Gonna have it this way. Let's see if that failure to manipulate is gonna play out. That was the trade for the day, and if you have the guts to hold it, that could have been the 3.25. So yeah, for now I want to take the ES trade. If we break and close above, confirm this opposing candle, then I'm gonna take it. Thank you. Let me see, the low is 1045, but on ES low is 1040. So we have a strength switch from weaker to stronger, which is good, and from a PD array, which is good. All right, 1 minute to go. Let me see if I have a PSP. TTFM. Wait on. All right. 3 minutes. Yeah, we do have this small PSP, but let's see the M5. All right, I just put my buy limit right here. So I really want to see the new 11 AM candle form off this level. So let me screenshot this real quick because I'll have to journal it. Oh no. Alright, we can go to my journal. And oh, I haven't tapped my entry. Hopefully. I'm gonna journal this trade real quick. Oh shit, price just expanded directly. I need to enter before price kinda takes out the high. If price takes out the high, I'm gonna remove the limit. So let me copy this link. Oh, I think price took out the high. Yeah, I'm taking out the limit, guys. Price did not tag me in. Let's see if price is gonna hit RTP. I was a bit too greedy with that one. Oh my god, just like 1 point. Alright, no worries. By the way, I execute on other screen. If people ask, yeah, I got my MetaTrader on the side. NQ, met the objective. Congrats, congrats for anybody who took this NQ trade. It was a beautiful call from here to that top. So yes, I think yes is gonna catch up too. C2, C3, C4. Let me just take that off. Let me take this off. But on the hourly, it's a C4. Yeah, since it took out the high, then yeah, I removed my order, guys, because I don't want price after taking out the high, because price would have the opening prices right here. So if price trades above and it comes back to the opening price, then probably that's an open high, low close. Oh wow, price reads as a day entry and just drove higher. I think at that point, yeah, I'll just wait for the TP to get hit, and then I will call it a day, most likely than not. 'Cause yeah, the trade on NQ, it met all the targets, This one is like really far away, so I really want to see like a retracement, new swing form to then continue higher. ES, YM is still struggling. CL is not really giving us anything. HORB, silver. Yeah, it's not the PA that I really want to see. Yeah, the move already happened on NQ, now on ES, and I'm now on the trade on ES. So yeah, I might just have to call it a day, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you know what? We're gonna keep live stream until 15. Let's see if this trade is gonna do boom or boom. For me, I already took out the limit because this was the opening price. I don't want price to trade again. Like the open should go low, take me in, go higher to the high, new invalidation point, continue higher. That's how I was anticipating to play out. But now we have the high taken out, new hourly low, so it's just a bit sketchy. So 3 minute, 1 minute. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you the best, and tomorrow I'll give you guys updates about this trade. All right, so take care, see you guys, and thank you so much.